Welcome back to No Man's Sky, everyone. Jason here with a speculation video on what No Man's Sky 4.0 might be. What we're thinking, what could happen, what will happen. We don't know for sure, but this is my speculation video on what I think we're going to see out of the 4.0 update for No Man's Sky. So just to get it right off the bat, I think it's going to be a single player focused update. Now, what that means, I don't know for sure. My guess is that it's going to be very similar to what we saw with the Beyond update back in 2019. So for a lot of the new players out there, the Beyond update came out in 2019, fall of 2019, and it added a lot of features. It added, like, you know, we finally got our pets. We were able to get pets in the game, companions. But the biggest thing about it is that it vastly expanded multiplayer, and it cleaned up a lot of files from the game. So there was a lot of items and features and things we were doing before the Beyond update, and Hello Games went through and they said, no, we need to make this easier, we need to make it simpler. Menus changed for No Man's Sky. So the old No Man's Sky menus were way different in the Beyond update, or before the Beyond update. They went through, they cleaned it all up. So it was basically like a cleanup update that also had a few other things. You know, we were able to tame creatures. We got way more multiplayer. Like, we had actual ambient multiplayer. So you can just turn on multiplayer and randomly run into somebody, which is really, really cool. But the big focus, at least to me, was No Man's Sky was getting cleaned up for the 2.0 update, which was Beyond. And I think that is going to be the plan for the 4.0 update, because as you all know, the Switch version, the Nintendo Switch version of No Man's Sky, comes out in October 7th to be specific, which is a Friday, and that is going to be a huge deal. Usually they line up updates to come out along with a console. So the next update back in 2018 came out with the Xbox version of the game. So they try to line up the updates to come out with the platform as well. Not a guarantee. There's no official time or date. So this is all speculation on my part. But if I had to take a guess, I think we're not going to see the update until October 5th. So that is the Wednesday before the Switch version comes out. Again, the Switch version comes out on October 7th, which is a Friday. So I think we will see an update on October 5th, which is the Wednesday before. Anybody who's been following No Man's Sky for a while knows they like to put out updates on Wednesday, the middle of the week. That way, if there's any problems with it, there's any bugs or anything really, really bad, they can fix it before the weekend hits. We'll also probably see another expedition as well. Same time, it'll come out on Wednesday, and then jump into, you know, what we're going to, you know, get with our update. But I really think it's going to be a single player focused update. So I don't think they're going to add any more to the game. But just like I said earlier, the Beyond update went through and it cleaned up a lot of stuff. I think they're going to do that again for the 4.0 update, because we've gotten a lot of updates for No Man's Sky between 2019 and 2022. Over the last 3 years, we've gotten a ton of new content, and it feels like it's just all slapped on top of each other. There's no real direction. There's no connection to it. And so I think they're going to want to go through and say, look, we have a new console. We're going to get a whole bunch of new players to come in here and play the game. But all this content's all jumbled up. It's all separated. It's all in the game, but it's kind of like in pieces and bits. We need to join it together. And the 4.0 update, in my guess, 4.0 update is going to bring all of that content together. So they're going to interweave it. They're going to change. They're going to update the menus just like they did in the Beyond update. Because I don't know if you guys know, but the Switch is a touch screen environment. So you can use your touch screen. So of course they're going to try to upgrade and clean up the menus, all the different menus and stuff. They're going to go through and they're going to probably conjoin or join up all of the single player missions, because if you didn't know, the Switch version is only single player, and the bigger thing is Beeblebum, if you guys don't know who Beeblebum is an amazing No Man's Sky creator. He focuses a lot on base building. He's really, really good at it. But he noticed that the websites selling No Man's Sky, some of them now, this is not a guarantee, but some of them are saying that certain features and content are being explored for free post-launch, so updates after the Switch version comes out. These include multiplayer. We knew it was only going to be single player. Cross-play and save. Okay, so we might be getting cross-play and cross-save. Settlements, etc. Wait a minute. Settlements? So we won't have settlements in the Switch version of No Man's Sky. Now, it doesn't say anything else about the Frontiers update. So the settlements came with the Frontiers update back in 2021. And that's a huge deal because it didn't just have settlements. It had a whole bunch of base parts. It had other features in that update. So my guess, and this could be totally wrong, I think that they just couldn't do the settlements themselves. So I think we're still going to get all the base parts and everything like that. I think all that's going to be included, but we're not going to have settlements. So we might not have different pieces of updates. And that makes a lot more sense to me instead of just saying there's no Frontiers update, because they've been saying 6 years of content coming to the Switch. All the updates, all 20 updates are coming to the Switch. And I think that on a technicality, that's true, but there's going to be certain pieces that can't make it over to the Switch. So the entire update didn't make it, but most of it did. 80% of the Frontiers update, other than the settlements, is going to make it into the Switch version. They're just going to piece out. And it makes sense because multiplayer was a huge part of the next update and the Beyond update, and there's no multiplayer included at all either. And so that would technically be a big chunk of those updates. So I think that they're going to bring over as much as they can, but they're not going to be able to bring over everything. Settlements, that is kind of major. I did not even see that. So again, thanks to Beeblebum over there. He caught that eagle eye over there. He caught it. So they're not going to be able to bring over some of the more intense features to the Switch. And it's not saying that it will never happen. It's just saying, hey, look, at this time, we're trying to cram all this stuff on a Switch. It's going to take a little bit of effort. It might take a little bit more time for us to fit it on there, but it might be coming. They're looking into doing it. So number one, I know I've said this for a while, but I don't think we're ever going to see multiplayer on the Switch. It's just not going to happen. I think it's just... if you guys haven't played on PC, I have a really powerful rig on PC. I play with a 3080, and even my PC, when I turn multiplayer on, the frame rate just drops really hard. It's really, really hard on the game to play multiplayer because it's so big. You're talking all these different bases that people build. It's amazing. You're talking 32 players on the screen at the same time. It kills performance. And I can't even imagine that trying to happen on a Switch. It's a portable. You take it on the train or the bus, and you turn on multiplayer, and all of a sudden, your Switch just explodes. So I don't think we'll ever see multiplayer on the Switch. I could be wrong. Again, this is all speculation. But going back to the original premise of the video, I truly think that it's going to be the 4.0 update. It's going to come out right before the Switch version in October. So October 5th is what I'm guessing. And it's going to be a cleanup update. They're going to add new features to the game. I'm hoping there's ship customization. I keep asking for that. For the last 2 years, I've been wrong. But eventually, I'm hoping they add that to the game. Ship customization. I want to do colors. I want to change my wings. I want to do all of that. Not just upgrade it. I want to change everything about my ship. Give me different cockpits. Give me different wings, different engines, all that stuff, different colors. I want all of that. So I think that they're going to add more features like that, but the main theme of the 4.0 update is going to be cleanup. Just streamline everything. Fix all the menus, make them better, crisper, cleaner. Also go through the single-player content because that's what you're going to be able to play on the Switch version. It makes sense that they would say, look, We need to coalesce all of this content into one streamlined thing. So what we might even see for the first time ever a No Man's Sky campaign mode. They did add an expedition mode. Maybe they're going to do a story mode or something like that. And it just brings you through all of the cool content, because there's 6 years of storyline. You have the Atlas quest line, you have the Artemis quest line, you have the Atlas Seeds, you have the pirate stuff, you have the Dreams of the Deep, the water stuff. There's a ton of stuff. There's a living ships, storyline. There is a ton of stuff in there, but it's so jumbled and pieced together. I think truly they're going to go through, clean it up, put it in maybe even to a mode, and just, you could play No Man's Sky story mode. When you finish it, it converts it into a normal save or whatever save you choose from the beginning. That way you can just continue on after you finish the storyline. I think that's what we're going to see. So let me know what you think. Do you agree? Do you think it's going to be something else? Let me know down in those comments below. What do you think the 4.0 update is going to be? And I'll see you guys next time.